And it's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. Good morning, grade 1 students. I hope that you're all doing well today and are ready and excited for today's language arts lesson. Now let's go over the days of the week. The days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And yesterday was Tuesday. If yesterday was Tuesday, that means today is Wednesday. And tomorrow will be Thursday. Great job. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of January in the year 2021. And we are going to have language arts. And the word for this week is go. We have been looking at the word go for this week, and let's spell go together. It is spelled G-O, go. Great. Now let's read these sentences together that have in the word of the week. What do you think is happening in this picture? Okay, now let's read the sentence and see if you're correct. It says, I go shopping with my mom. I go shopping with my mom. Do you go shopping with your mom? Or your auntie or grandma, grandpa? Alright, and what do you normally buy when you go shopping together? Wow, you buy a lot. Now let's move on to the next sentence. Let's see what this one says. It says, Mom and I go swimming. Mom and I go swimming. Can you swim? Okay, do you like to swim? And those of you who can't swim, would you like to learn how to swim? Great. So I hope that during this time that you're at home, that you take the time to go to the bay or maybe you go to the river and you practice your swimming skills, all right? Okay then. Now let's move on to phonics. And for phonics, we have been looking at this sound. It's a long O sound. These two letters come together to give us a long O sound. And what sound do they make? What is that long O sound? It is O. Right. O and A are married and they give us that O sound. Now let's listen and sing along to the jingle. Oh, did you see the billy goat? Oh, 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 oh. Did you see the billy goat under the old oak tree? One more time. Put your hands by your mouth. Let's go. Let's get ready. Oh, did you see the billy goat? Oh, 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 oh. Did you see the billy goat under the old oak tree? Great job. Now let's move on to some O words, some OA words today. Let's get to blending. Our first sound is G. Letter G says G. Second sound is O. Put these two sounds together. What are we going to get? G. O. Go. Great. Now the final sound is letter L. Letter L says L. L. Let's go. All three sounds together. G. Goal. Goal. What's the word? Goal. Goal. Someone made a goal. Are you good at playing football? Have you ever made a goal before? Wow, that's awesome. So this word is goal. 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 Let's look at the next word. First sound, G. G. G says G. Second sound, O. OA says O. Together we have go. Final sound, T. Letter T says T. Put the three sounds together, G. O. T. The word is goat. Do you own a goat? What color is your goat? Nice. So yes, this word is goat. Let's spell it. G-O-A-T, goat. All right, next word. First sound, T. Letter T says T. Second sound, O. Together we have T. O. They say toe. Final sound d, d. Final sound d. All together toad, toad. The word is toad. And here is a toad. Toads are very bumpy. They have bumpy, rough skin. Frogs have smooth skin. So this one is a toad. This word is toad. T-O-A-D, toad. First, let's look at this word now. The first letter we have here is L. And L says L. L says L. Now the second sound is O. So together it would be low, low. Final sound. The F says F. Now all together lo, oaf, loaf. The word is loaf. Would you like a loaf of bread? Or maybe you can't eat the whole loaf, so maybe you would like piece of the loaf of bread. Does your mommy bake bread? Oh, alright then. And do you like it? Do you like the bread? Okay, I like bread when it's hot out of the oven. And yes, I love to bake loaves of bread too. So this word was loaf. Next word, first sound, R. Letter R says R. Second sound, O. Put the two sounds together, we have R, O, ro. Final sound, D, D. All together now, R, O, D. Road. The word is road. Wow, this is a long road. The word is road. R-O-A-D, road. Next word, first sound is S. Letter S says S. Second sound, O. Put these two sounds together, we have S, O, so. Final sound, letter K says K. K says K. All together, S, O, K. Soak. The word is soak. Sometimes you might say, Mommy, soaking our feet, or Granny or Grandpa soaking their feet in a tub to keep their feet moist, so it's not so dry and cracked up. You say, I'm going to soak my feet and scrub my feet so my feet are nice and soft. So soak. This word is soak. I believe this is our final word, so let's go. First sound, S. Second sound, O. Together, so. Final sound, P. Letter P says P. All together, S, O, P. Soap. The word is soap. And now during this time with COVID-19, during this pandemic, we have to wash our hands a lot and we use soap. You could use a bar of soap or you could use the liquid soap, okay? Both of them are soap and you can use them to wash your hands. And that was all of our words that we'll be blending today. Now it's time for us to read. And today I have a fun little poem for you to give it a try, okay? And this poem, first you're going to read it once to figure out all of the words. And then you're going to read it a second time to understand what you're reading. And the third time I want for you to add the tune to it. Now it goes to the tune of Ba Ba Black Sheep. Do you remember Ba Ba Black Sheep? Okay, sing it with me. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for the master and one for the dame. One for the little boy who lives down the lane. So you remember that song, that nursery rhyme. And so the first time you're going to read it. So I'm going to read it with you for you to hear how it's read. So it says, O-A, you have to spell it out here. O-A, have you any sound? Yes sir, I say O. O for boat, soap, coat and goat. O for float, moon, loaf and foam. O-A, have you any sound? Yes sir, long O sound. Okay, so give it a try. Read it once. Figure out all the words. Read it a second time to understand what you're reading. And the third time, add the Ba Ba Black Sheep tune to it. Alright? Now let's move on to composition. For composition, we have been looking at sentences. What are sentences? The different types of sentences. So we're going to be continuously exploring sentences. A sentence is a group of words that make sense. A sentence is a group of words that make complete sense. All right, so we've looked at that, and then we've talked about how our sentences should look. Yes, they should make sense, a group of words that make sense, but how should they look? Here I have a checklist for you. So when you're writing your sentence, whether it be a telling sentence or asking sentence, this is a checklist that you can use to ensure that your sentence is the best that it can be. So first of all, you're going to check, my sentence starts with a capital letter. Yes, my sentence starts with a capital letter. Good, you're on the right track. My words have finger spaces. Ensure that when you're writing your sentences, that there are spaces between your words. You see here, I have spaces between my words. Nothing is jumbled up together. You can see where a word begins and where it ends, okay? So you have to ensure that your words have finger spaces between them. You can use a little finger and put it there when you finish one word, and so then you know where to start the next word, okay? That will be your second check. Thirdly, you would check, my sentences end with a full stop. If it's a telling sentence, then you would end it with a full stop. But if it's an asking sentence, you end it with a question mark. Right. You check that off. It's like, yes, good. And then you make sure you look at your whole sentence. You say, my writing looks neat and straight. Yes, I give it my best handwriting possibly. And if you say, oh, I don't like how that word looks, that's okay. You can erase it and write it over again. All right. Don't be afraid to do that. Ensure that when you're writing your sentences, you give it your best. And finally, you read your sentence and you say, yes, my sentence makes sense. Okay, and remember, a sentence is a group of words that make complete sense. So once you have all of these checked off, yes, 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 then I know and you know that your sentence is the best that it could be. Okay, now let's move on. So quickly review. A telling sentence tells us about something. Daddy is a teacher. This is a telling sentence. It is telling us about who? It's telling us about Daddy. And also we can use our checklist here. Let's see. Begin with a capital letter. Yes. We have ending with a full stop. Yes, it's a telling sentence. We have spaces between our words. Yes, we do. Is it our best handwriting? Yes, it is. Does this make sense? Yes, it does. So yes, my sentence is perfect. Okay, that's how you would use your checklist. Now here, let's review asking sentences. An asking sentence is a question. So asking sentence is a question. It ends with a question mark. And that's how you know it's an asking sentence or not a telling. Asking sentences end with a question mark. Telling sentences end in a full stop. Asking sentence. This is an asking sentence here. We're going to check it off using our checklist, right? So first things first, my sentence begins with a capital letter. Does this begin with a capital letter? Great. Yes, it does. W, capital W here. Nice. Now, does it end in a question mark? Because it's an asking sentence, so it must end in a question mark. Yes, it does. Is there spaces between my words? Yep, here's my first word, there's a space. Second word, there's a space. Great. My best handwriting? Yes, it is. Does it make sense? It says, where is Daddy? Does it make sense to you? Yes, perfect. So it's an excellent sentence. It's an excellent asking sentence. Great. Now let's try together. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at some pictures and we're going to be coming up with asking sentences. We're going to be focusing on asking sentences. Today we're going to be creating asking sentences looking at the pictures. Okay, so you're right. This is the first picture that we're looking at. What is this young man doing? What do you think he's doing here? He is writing. Okay, he is drawing. We're saying things about what he's doing, but instead of telling me things, I want for us to create an asking sentence. So what is something that you could ask him? You can probably ask him, what are you writing? This is an asking sentence about this picture. I can say, oh, what are you writing? And then some of you might have said he is drawing, so we can ask him, what are you drawing? So here are two asking sentences we can create about this picture. We can ask this young man, what are you writing? What are you drawing? Great. Now let's look at this next picture. What is it that they're doing? They're in the kitchen. They're cooking something. They're baking something. Okay, and I noticed that the little boy and the little sister are doing these things together. So what can we ask about this picture? We can ask them. We can say, can you bake? You could probably ask them, it's like, can you bake? Are you good at baking? That could be an asking sentence that we could ask them. Now another one that we can ask them is, what are you baking? Maybe you want to find out what they are baking. What do you think they're baking? Okay, that's a very good guess. Now let's move on. Look at this picture. So this is your friend, and then you might want to ask your friend something. Look at this picture. What do you think you might ask this person? What are they doing? They're running. Okay. Do you know where they're going? No, we probably don't know. We don't know where they're going. So something that we can ask them, an asking sentence that we can say about this picture, we can probably say, where are you going? Your mommy might have said to them, why are you running? Right? So we can ask, where are you going about this picture? Next one. So we have this little boy. He's going out into the sea. He has his goggles on, his swimming trunks on. So what is something that you can ask about this picture? Okay, right. I would ask this boy, can you swim? Because he seems so small. I wonder if he's a good swimmer, because that looks like a big swell coming in there. I would probably ask him, can you swim? That would be my asking sentence about this picture. Now this girl, what is she doing? She is reading. She's reading a book. Okay, do you think she's enjoying the book that she's reading? All right, what can you ask her? Tell me an asking sentence that we can create about this picture. Can probably ask her, what are you reading about? She's in my class. I said, what are you reading about? What are you reading over there? Okay. And then another question that we can ask, another question that we can create based on this picture would be, can I read with you? Would you like to read with her? Seems that that book is very interesting. I would like to read with her. So out in this picture, I could probably ask her, can I read with you? Just looking at this picture. Okay. And now it's time for you to practice. You're going to write for me. You're going to head up and you're going to turn to page 18 in your language tree textbook, students book 1. And you're going to complete exercises 3 and 4. One of them is asking for you to look at the picture and create asking sentences, and the other one is asking you to use the words there to create some asking sentences. Okay? And now let's move on to grammar. Pronouns. Today for grammar, we're going to be looking at something called pronouns. By the end of the lesson, you're going to be able to tell me what a pronoun is and use some pronouns, the pronouns that I'll be discussing today, correctly in a sentence. Okay? But before we get into the lesson, we're going to quickly review nouns. Do you remember what a noun is? Okay, let's see. A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or animal. A noun names something. It names a person, it names a place, it names a thing or animal. It names something, it gives a name for something. So let's review. Names of persons. We have doctor, chef, farmer. These words are nouns. They name persons, people. Here we have animals. You have kitten, dolphins, hummingbirds. These words are nouns. So these nouns name animals. Then you have place. A noun can name a place. Bay, fancy bayside. You have kitchen, a place in your house. Church, okay? So nouns can name places. And then you have things like a ball, crayons, clothes, dresses, headbands, chains, necklaces, whatever the case may be. Nouns can name things, okay? So remember, that is what a noun is. A noun names something. Now let's move on to pronouns. So first, you're going to look at this picture. I have a sentence here. This boy's name is Kevin and he is riding a bike. Kevin is riding his bike. His daddy is watching him ride his bike. Now I'm going to show you something. If I did not know his name, what would I have probably said? If I didn't know his name, what would I call him? I would probably say he. I could probably say he is riding his bike. So I replaced the noun Kevin with he. So I said, oh, he is riding his bike. I don't know his name. I say, oh, he is riding his bike. The boy is riding his bike. So I replaced Kevin with he. He is riding his bike. Now he is a pronoun. Okay, so he is a pronoun. Let's look again. This one, I have this lovely picture of Carrie Ann here. I love this picture of Carrie Ann. She looks so happy when she smiles. She has a lovely smile. So I say Carrie Ann is happy. Yeah, she looks so happy in this picture. Now, if I didn't know her name, I would have said she. I would have said she is happy. I replace Carrie Ann with this word she. And she is a pronoun. So do you see what a pronoun does? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun in a sentence. So where you would have had the name of the thing, the name of the person, the name of the place, the name of the animal, the pronoun takes that place. Okay? We're going to practice it together, so don't worry about it. Let's go. So here I have, who is this? Okay, yes. And for him, because he's a boy, when it comes to a boy, you say he. When you're talking about a boy, you say he. And where we have Carrie Ann, and she's a girl. When we're speaking about a girl, the pronoun that we use is she. So boy, you say he. A girl, you say she. And here I have cat sleeping. And then we're speaking about thing. A thing could be an animal or an actual object. When you're speaking about that, you say it. Okay? So he, a boy, she, a girl, and it, and when you're talking about a thing. So these are the pronouns that we're going to be looking at today. He, she, and it. Now let's try together. Sorry about that. So here I have a boy. Right. And we're going to choose he, she, or it. I have said blank is playing with a ball. Blank is playing with a ball. What would it be? He is playing with a ball. Yes, it would be he is playing with a ball. He would be the answer here because it's a boy. Next one. This lady is strong. I say blank is strong. Yeah. Is it he, she, or it is strong? It's a woman we're talking about. So we would say she. She is strong. Nice. Now, he, she, or it looks beautiful. We're talking about here, we're talking about the view, the way the waterfall looks, the sunrise, everything. So is it a boy? Is it a girl? Or is it a thing? It's a thing. So we would say it. It looks beautiful. This lady is a ballerina, right? So is she a boy? Is she a girl? Is she a thing? What is it? He, she, or it? She is a lady. So she is a ballerina. You would use she because you're talking about a girl. Next I have this guy, and this guy is a painter. So we say he is a painter, she is a painter, or it is a painter. We would say he because it's a man. When we're talking about man, we're talking about boy, we say he. So it would be he is a painter. And finally, we have this dog, and the dog has a new bowl. It has a new bowl. So would we say he, she, or it? Where we say it has a new bowl. When we're talking about an animal, when we're talking about a thing, we would say it. So it has a new bowl. Now it's your turn to practice. So you will pause the video, write the sentence, look at the picture, write the sentence in your book, and you would fill in he, she, or it in your sentence. Okay? It says blank is my bag. He is my bag, she is my bag, it is my bag. You choose which word goes in there. We're speaking about the bag. So is a bag a person? Is it he or she? Is a boy or girl? Or is it a thing? Boy or girl or thing? Blank likes frogs. Speaking about this boy here. So when it's a boy, what do we choose? He, she, or it? Blank likes frogs. Flower. When we're speaking about a thing, do we say he, do we say she, or do we say it? Blank is a flower. This one now. So this boy is in the kitchen, he's cooking. It's a blank can cook. When we're speaking about a boy, do we say he, she, or it? And finally, blank is a princess. When we're speaking about a girl, when we're speaking about a girl, do we say he, do we say she, or do we say it? Blank is a princess, he, she, or it. Fill in the correct answers. And that will be the end of today's language arts lesson. I hope that you were able to learn everything that I tried to teach you today. If you have any problems, feel free to message me. Okay? Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. I made